guys? Cool. What's cracking, guys? Sweet. Okay, so today we're gonna go over Amazon, one of my favorite things in the world. This is what pays my bills as of right now. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen and we get going. All right, sweet. So there's a few things on Amazon that let's go through the basics, and then probably next week we'll dive deep into like the advanced stuff. But on Amazon, there's a few things that are needed up front. So there's kind of three different kind of categories, two mainstream categories, one subcategory, or not even subcategory, just kind of what people are doing on the side, or like eBayers, right? So there is like private label. This is basically you go to China or any other country, you then take a product that's already built and then you make it your own. This has a big a long life as long as you can have. This is basically like SEO, right? You need to rank up top, and then be able to supply that product consistently. This is what I call like a how did I put this before? This is like a grenade launcher, right? Or like a bazooka. If you get this right one time, you can make a hell of a lot of money, but getting it right one time it's a shot in the dark, right? Then we also have like wholesale. Right now, again, both of these are like 2007, 2008 when Amazon was getting started. These used to be the best in my opinion. But now they're kind of slowing down. Wholesale's still pretty good. Same with private label. It just depends. The market's pretty saturated in these. A lot of people are selling courses. A lot of people are jumping into these things first on. Probably private label is the biggest one for new people coming in. So there's a lot of product that gets trashed really easily. So we can even talk about the trash product in a second. There's wholesale, and then there's like there's retail arbitrage. There's online arbitrage. And there's marketplace arbitrage. So that's probably the 5 categories right now that all Amazon goes through. I would say there's kind of even like a subcategory too, where like if you go out garage selling, you find a product that you want to sell. There's still like that random arbitrage game that's on the side, right? So these are kind of like the main categories just in general of how Amazon's working right now. Amazon's trying to push away from a lot of these. Right now, they're trying to go towards mostly these 4 they're trying to go for at all times, but the other 2 have a lot of advantages as well. So private label, obviously we just talked about it, building a product out. The best way to do private label is to do like a Kickstarter product. So AKA you make a product your own, or see a product that's doing pretty well but kind of has bad reviews. Then you can fix it, take those reviews, fix it, and then launch that same product. That's probably the best way to do private label right now. There's a few companies that do it at like scale. Wholesale is just about calling, a lot of networking. The margins are getting super slim, except if you're the big boys. There's a few people out there like Amazon Lit, that are like the most popular. Amazon Lit, and then there's a Larry at Wholesale something. Those are probably the 2 big guys that are like quote unquote popular, that do a large amount of wholesale. But when you're getting into wholesale, this takes a lot of money up front. The margins are pretty small, like 20% ROI. Anything bigger, they're usually found pretty fast. Retail arbitrage, you go into retail stores picking them up. This one's pretty popular with people that do eBay. eBay is probably the most people that do eBay do a lot of retail arbitrage if they're in a mixture of both. You go to TJ Maxx, you buy these at a discount, you then sell them. Here with retail arbitrage, the positive is there's low upfront costs because you're buying these products one at a time, if not in bulk. These 2 take a lot of money up front. People say, oh, you need $2,000 to do private label. Really, that's not true. $2,000. A lot of like the MOQs, minimal order quantity. A lot of MOQs are like 1,000 in China, 500,000. So you're gonna get hit pretty hard. You can do private label on eBay as well. Same thing. If you get one, you can get a right niche or a right product, you can make a lot of money and it's consistent. You can even do like sub private label. There's a guy like that's Chris knows him. His name is just the P. Prince. He does like a sub private label, I would call it. Basically, he's getting used items. He's doing GoPros. He's getting used GoPros from a distributor. That's like a downstream distributor. So like when the product goes back to GoPro, he gets those GoPro. He gets the GoPro, and then he then bundles them and makes a quote unquote private label product, in my opinion. So he bundles a private label, extras, and then he gets those GoPros, those used GoPros, refurbishes them, quote unquote refurbishes them, and then be able to send them back. The refurbished on eBay is pretty easy. It doesn't really, there's really no necessary steps to go through. Amazon's a whole different story. And there's obviously OA. OA is still good. Both these are pretty good. On this side, they take a little bit overhead. The margins are getting kind of slashed on these, except if you find the correct product. Again, I know a guy right now, he's doing pretty dang well, especially during Q4. These are probably the most popular, in my opinion. These are probably the best in Q4. Especially online arbitrage is pretty dang good in Q4. So right now it's perfect time. After Q4 kind of shrinks, the prices go balloon up, a lot less demand in the market. So, but right now it's pretty tasty. But with these, you often see that like the product tanks. So like if you think about this as like a national scale, think as a macro level. If you're doing, if there is 1,000, like 1,000 distributors selling a Nintendo Switch is kind of bad at a good. If you can buy that at a cheap price right now, it's awesome. But once those 1,000 distributors go down, the price is gonna tank, right? Because everything goes on the market, the price drops. Same thing with OA. Right now, there's enough demand to keep that up. That makes it super easy. Marketplace arbitrage is what I do. Basically buy different marketplaces. The one sketchy part about this is like you have to make sure you're doing it correctly to not get flagged. Basically like how Amazon's pushing the restrictions now is across the board as well. Pushing restrictions, it is selling product like new is not a good idea. Inauthentic complaints is not a good idea. You can tell by inauthentic complaints. We'll go through a couple ways to tell that in a second. Those are the two big ones. If you can skirt around those, you can make a hell of a lot of money. Same thing with arbitrage. Going out and buying. As soon as you find a new product at a garage sale, you need to be in the same wavelength as the marketplace. Make sure you're not putting it in the wrong category. Right now, used product has the most benefits on Amazon, in my opinion, and these marketplaces. Dirty high margins that really can scale if you buy it correctly. So I would say used items would be best on this one for sure. Cool. So let's go through the basics. I'll talk about like how not to get flagged real fast. This is probably the most interesting one. Okay, how not to get flagged. Let me think of a product I can do. It's like bean. I'm trying to think of the ones that are flagged them. Let's just do. Here, we can do this product right now. Okay. I'm using a thing called Rev Sell. You don't need to. Right now, I cannot sell this product. But if I could, right? Let's say I'd go on different product prices and find the difference in this, right? If I bought it for $30, you make $15, $16 on it. Don't buy this product. I know, just don't buy it. So like what I would do if I was going to go on here, if you're doing online arbitrage, marketplace arbitrage, or even, like arbitrage in general, if you're going to garage sales, thrift stores, and finding something new, the one big kicker is you want to see if sellers on Amazon are the same as the person selling the product. So if the brand is selling the product, don't buy it. I also have a thing called IP alerts. If you guys want, there's a bunch of like free stuff you can get off them. So if you contact them, you ask for like the whole list. You can get the whole list of products. Basically, just like a bundle of people that add products into IP alert, and then it'll flag it. It's useful, but you can get it for free if you needed to. That's probably the biggest thing on these side. Again, if it said wink in this section, don't sell it. You're gonna get flagged. A lot of these private label brands, don't put an item on a private label brand. It's gonna get flagged. You're getting inauthentic complaints. Not good. But on a used item, I know a guy right now that's doing 70,000 I think. Probably a little bit more right now in Q4, but he's selling used video games, buying them off eBay, selling them on Amazon. The safest way to do marketplace arbitrage is buying used items, because no one's going to flag you. No one's going to think they're fake, because who's going to sell you a fake used item, except for high-end stuff, right? Don't do high-end stuff like Louis Vuitton or any of those ones. Stay away from those. But like high-end electronics, you can do pretty easily. Used, and a lot of people are going to buy them. Also, we're going to talk about the KEEPA graph. The KEEPA graph is pretty important. This is probably one of the most important things to have just in general. KEEPA graph, if you see what eBay does, eBay doesn't have anything like this because the everything's based on a ASIN right here. This ASIN is basically everything that's sold on this. Same thing with StockX and these one things. It's one listing which controls the whole amount, right? Sure, you can make more listings, but the majority of items goes to one listing. The keep graph shows here, it shows the price, right, along with the demand. The demand can be seen. Easiest way to do Jungle Scouts, you can see how much an item is selling a year or right now. So about 16,000 in tools and electronics, probably selling 300 a month, give or take. So it's selling a lot of product. Down here is used offer count. You can even see the used offer count in terms of like if it drops down, it means one sold. So you can even see like used ones are selling right now. So at this price point, they sold 16 on the 12th of October. And then by the there's been only 9 used offer counts. This is how many people are selling on this listing in terms of used and new. So you can see that the people are selling out pretty quickly. There's a lot of products on this one. I used to sell this product. That's why there's a little that's why I say don't buy this product. But it makes it helpful to see. Cool. Those are the 2 biggest things with, I think this is like $5 a month. You can even use Jungle Scout. Let me see if I can get my Jungle Scout's good. Yep, it does. Yep. So this product sells about 347 a month. This is going based off monthly sales, and it kind of aggregates them as well. So like, it's not always correct. You can click on it. See, yeah, it could be accurate, give or take. So it's pretty accurate on this side. So it does work. Cool. Yep. So the best way to find these products, just in general, depends on how you're trying to do it. My opinion on the best way to do it right now is going to be like I like marketplace arbitrage because there's just so much damn margin in this. So like on 230,000, I make about 95,000 net. So a decent margin that you can't beat anywhere else. Your margin starts to decrease pretty heavily. The things you go into, right? So again, private label's being pretty good. I have a friend that does private label. He does pretty dang good. His name's Ryan. He does smart light bulbs, right? The guy lives in a massive mansion. He probably pulls in $3 to $4 million a year. So a private label product, but he's been doing this for a lot since like 2007, 2008. So he's been in the game for a while now. That's been probably the best time. But again, there's still money made anywhere. You see these great like use cases where somebody makes a bunch of money on a private label product, wholesale. There's really no correct answer. I just like what I like because a little bit more cash. But if I was going to do this and start this again and scale this up, what I would do is I would do marketplace arbitrage, and then I would build up private label products. This is probably the best way to start building private label products, in my opinion, because marketplace arbitrage, what it does, it basically finds product that no one else is looking for on eBay. And you can see this across the board with arbitrage in general. You see like the discounted rates and the volume that things are selling. So if you look at the biggest pie, you can do this. You can take this concept anywhere, right? Look at the biggest place. Look at the biggest place in terms of like Amazon. Amazon holds about 50+% of all e-commerce. eBay does about 6%. So eBay is a little bit smaller for sure. And that's why Amazon's probably the biggest opportunity to make a bunch of money at scale too. eBay is good. It's definitely good, but you can only hit, like, if you look at the eBay numbers, not many people who hit over $1 million, and the margins are starting to shrink because there's so many people getting into it. And same with Amazon, there's a bunch of people getting into it, but Amazon's a bigger player. So there's always going to be this arbitrage in between. There's always gonna be arbitrage in between the biggest player and the next biggest, or even semi-big players. So like OfferUp are probably like a little bit smaller, Facebook Marketplace smaller, yada yada yada. These ones you can still arbitrage in between them, right? Like it's definitely doable. No market is good enough or not flawed enough, I guess, not the correct term, but like there's no it's like how can I explain this? So with marketplaces, or just in general, right? No marketplace is good enough right now to take out arbitrage. It's actually impossible unless a marketplace becomes so complex and so good. There's always gonna be arbitrage in between these. Again, you can even see this with like Target, right? If you're doing online arbitrage, Target's a marketplace. They're big enough where they control enough volume where they're going to be a marketplace. Anything's a marketplace. A thrift store is a marketplace. A garage sale is a marketplace. Like there's all these different marketplaces going on. And there's always arbitrage in between. Just understand that everything can feed up to the big guy. The big guy's gonna be up top, so really everything up here feeds the chief. And if you guys understand that, it makes it super easy to scale. But yeah, so if you want to do marketplace arbitrage, basically there's a bunch of discrepancies. Find products that are selling not as fast on eBay. If the supply and demand's off, so look at supply, look at demand. If there's more supply, basically people going out and buying this product. So buying a product and there's less demand. So what's really good on eBay, let me see if I can find something that would match. Let me see if I can find a good electronic that no one, let's just do Bose Cube speakers. Okay. Okay. 6th generation, not new. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can find this. Restricted, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so you see everybody's selling these new. Let's see what they're going for. And if you can buy new, that's nice. A decent amount of people. Let's even see like on eBay. Then it's okay. This is probably a bad one to do, but on average, there's going to be a bigger margin on Amazon. These ones are probably not the best play to do, but they're interesting. You need to find these new, that'd be useful too. What's best is with these Q speakers, or not even Q speakers, vintage items in general, because there's more people buying on eBay by far in terms of the vintage or even used items. The margin on here, this is new. So you can buy this mint new double shot Auto Custom S black. What's up? Cool. This is probably not the best one to do, but let me see if I can find a different one. Custom S home speaker, yada yada yada. Let's see if this looks like. These are new. Interesting. So you can see this one is selling $900 new, right? It even uses, it sells and used for about 600-ish. Yeah, 650 these things sells. So if you go like this, let's see if we can find something. Okay, see there's a difference right here between $850 and the price at Amazon's. If good thing about eBay too is you can make an offer. You probably could pick this up for like $650 if you wanted to. This one's best offer 11 sold. You can pick up a bunch of these too. Let's see this. So there's a high chance you can pick up all these for like $600 a pop, and you can sell them at margin. So if I sold these for $600. I make 45% margin. These things move pretty dang quick. I can't sell these right now, but I can probably get Ungated from them. The biggest thing about Ungated in general, all you need to do is find a seller, somebody that has volume, a distributor, get an invoice for 10 products, and then send the invoice in. Make sure the invoice has the brand, the name of the item, the name of the seller, the seller's location, and a way to contact the seller, aka a email, I believe. Then you can get Ungated from all these ones. Makes it super easy. But again, you can see some of the margin here. Like if you bought, like let's see, you bought all 3 of these, you would make about $750, and they would sell within an hour. Kicker is getting them. It's gonna be the hard part. It's actually not a bad product. Roll Electronics. Yeah, this is actually not a bad product. If you can get Ungated, it's a great product to do. Cool. I'm going to go over a lot of stuff, guys. Shoot me, put in the chat if you need any questions. We can go over them. makes it easy. To find these products, the best way to do is look what you sold in the past in eBay. Is probably the best way to start, and then be able to sell them at scale or go through them. You want to find the brand, go through the brand, go to the model, then go down that way. Makes it easy. Are you only using FBA message? Nope, I don't do any FBM. FBM, you actually make less money because the shipping costs are higher, and you have to deal with it, right? Like you always want scale. To hit scale, you need uh, less moving parts. The less moving parts you have, the better, right? That's why that's why Handmake, we're trying to build out a lot of things for it, right? But the less moving parts you have, the better. That's why FBA is the best thing that Amazon has by far. People do FBM unless maybe like it's a Q4 and you got to move products, then sure, use FBM. If like you have a good product and you want to get it up in the mark because then it's instant. FBA does take about a week or two. Like I'm not sure. I have a bunch. I packed a bunch of products last night. I'm sending to FBA, but basically because like if to hit scale, that's why Amazon. And two reasons why Amazon is so much it's so much more powerful than eBay. One, they have more traction in terms of amount of people that go onto the site and buy from their site. Amazon Prime's pretty dang good, and FBA, right? FBA simplifies a lot of stuff. How FBA does it is they do what they do basically how Amazon does it in general, like you don't need a list product, so like listings gone, like so like if you look at the whole string of eBay, right? So you source product, you list product, you cross list product, you do communication, you ship the product, and then you have to deal with returns if the returns are happening, and then you get your payment, right? Right, even you have to go even to into PayPal and get your payment. That makes it hard. eBay, a lot of bottlenecks, 100%, Hunter, 100%. It's like if you look at Amazon, what they're doing right here is you can cross list, but you can use like some tools to do it. So cross listing is not really needed. Listings gone. Communication is gone 9 times out of 10. You don't really need a communication. Amazon takes care of it with their reps. They have a bunch of reps in India that do that. Shipping's gone, except for you got to ship to the location. I'd even add just shipping in here. Sourcing and shipping, front shipping, right? Returns are gone. They ship all returns to you. They pay you automatically at the end of 2 months, right? So literally, all you're doing is sourcing for Amazon, and you're shipping to Amazon, right? I would say you can maybe say, oh, I'm listing Amazon too, but like it's not even listing. It's just like putting products on a website, and then they do the rest, right? Like you don't take photos. I'd call this like half sourcing, half listing, right? You don't have to do anything. Like it's so simple. Like you can crush. I pushed out about 103 products yesterday in 4 hours, right? I do this once a month. It makes it super easy. So this is why this is so easy. Sure, you say, okay, if I use products, I can take photos of it, but you actually don't even need to take photos of it because there's a stock photo up front. That's like it makes the world easy. Like you can even see some of these used guys. Let's see if there's anybody that's used. Like new. This guy's find stock. No, it doesn't say. Sometimes there's even it might be a picture on Amazon. You can take pictures. It definitely helps sell if you're gonna do that, but it just gets rid of so much stuff. It's so simple, so dang simple. So that's what we're trying to do. Is trying to copy Amazon in general. Just personally, I'm gonna give you that heads up. We're trying to do like, okay, customer service we deal with, right? We want to be like the whole back end here. So where you guys only need a source and ship, maybe even maybe photos in here. Source, ship, and photo. That's kind of our end goal, or not even end goal, maybe like our midway goal. Our end goal is even the focus on sourcing. I think no one's doing the sourcing correctly in terms of like big players. This is like all it is like liquidation, or like there's just no one doing it correctly in general. So we're trying to figure out how to do that. Well, I have an idea, but it's gonna take a while to do it. But yeah, so this is just a headache and a half. That's why Amazon's so tasty, I guess the way I would put it, in terms of scaling up quickly. You can move very, very fast if you needed to. The problem with Amazon's pitfalls, as you see with the antitrust going on, it makes it super hard. But tell you, how do we start sending items to Amazon? I have a seller's account open last night. Good question. I use Inventory Labs. That's probably the best way. But you go into your account. So you go into Seller Central. I'll type this out. Makes it easier to see. Go into Seller Central. One second. Okay. I use inventory labs. It's probably the best way, but getting started, you don't need to do that. So keep it simple with Seller Central. So you go to Seller Central, add product. It's like top. It's on the top left. Find the correct listing. So how you're gonna find the correct listing, Mateo, is like, let's say you're gonna go. Let me try to think of product. All right, Linksys is a great product if you want to do eBay to Amazon arbitrage. Problem with Linksys here, they're gonna try to hit you with their reps get really pissed. They're gonna send you messages and buy your product. But I don't really care. So like, let's say, Mateo, you're saying, let's say you have this product right here. There's 3 of them, right? I would highly recommend getting KEEPA, even the free version. This is paid version, like $5 a month, best money you've ever spent. Find which listing looks the best. How you can do that is by seeing this line here. This tells me there's a lot. Whenever there's a lot of motion going on, it's very, very important. You can see that it's selling out. It's selling quickly. So this is telling me that it's selling at $116 right now in third party. Amazon's selling at $335. You can see who has the buy box. The buy box right now is at $250. Saying, okay, it's selling for $250. The buy box is at $250. It's selling a lot of product. You can see that it's moving down here. This looks like a good product. I have this product in stock. Either I have it used or new, whatever it may be. I'm going to find the ASIN. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the ASIN. ASIN's up here or down here. Down here in the ASIN, they're both the exact same as you can see. Copy it. You're going to put it into the add product section. So you're going to find the correct listing. Grab ASIN. This is my ASIN. I'm going to add it into that product listing. It's going to pop up with this product. You're going to hit like sell. Let me stop my share my screen. I'll bring up my Seller Central. Add product. ASIN. Okay. It's gonna look like this. It's kind of hard to see, but like how it's gonna look is it's gonna look like this. It's gonna tell you you're gonna go to select condition and you're gonna see sell this product, and you're gonna see show limitations as well. So you can see if you can sell the product new or used or refurbished. Most people won't be able to sell refurbished. If not, everybody here won't be able to sell refurbished. And you have to get ungated for that. But you're gonna see if you can sell it new or used. Click on new, and it's gonna give you a prompt. Go through that prompt. There's a bunch of YouTube videos online on how to do it. And then just go through that. My recommendation is adding a bunch of these products into your inventory and then doing it through that way. Super simple on that side. Just make sure you find, the biggest thing is finding the correct listing, adding the correct listing into your ad product, and then just go through the prompt. It's gonna ask you like blah 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 blah. Like, does it have any batteries? I always click no. Does it? Then it's gonna say, like, okay, how many quantity do you have? You're gonna put 1. How many? Then it's gonna say, okay, print out labels. Get a bunch of labels. Best way to do it. You want to label everything just because you know it's yours. I don't have Amazon label my stuff. Kind of takes up too much time and it costs you money, and they can mess up stuff and things get lost while going to Amazon often. So that's super headache as well. Then go through the prompt, hit that, and it's gonna spit out a label. Put on the label, and then it's gonna have you like this can have you. This is what I'm setting up right now. Cool. Like this is gonna have you. It's gonna give you these labels up front. There you can see it. I'm gonna give you these labels up front, and then put these labels on. Put everything in the box. You want to stack everything in the same box. We have a bunch of videos on it free on YouTube. Just type LaCroix, LACROI, Inventory Labs, LACRI. It's gonna show you how you do it, how we do it at least. Makes it easy. Send it in. You want a repricer. So the things you want on the back end is I use Inventory Labs because that keeps your inventory straight. InventoryLab.com. Also, GoAurora.com. These are 2 things I use. If you're gonna do Amazon at bulk, you need a repricer. Basically, this keeps you in the buy box. This is why I'm so big on pushing everything is a commodity. You need to be able to sell it, because the best way to sell on Amazon is run a repricer through these items. And the repricer is going to drop the price to a certain price. You're going to have like a minimum. I do 20% return on investment. Anything below that, it'll stop, right? And then it's going to push that product down until you have the buy box. This buy box is going to have 90% of the sales, if not a little bit more. And then you're gonna be able to sell a lot of product with that. And if you don't have a repricer, you can just go in manually and reprice each morning. Manual reprice. This won't go throughout the day, and you're only have the best advantage in the morning. But some people might not have a repricer, or you might have the best SKU. Especially if you're doing private label, you don't need a repricer because it's your own product. Wholesale, you definitely need a repricer. Anything but private label, you don't need a repricer. That's on that side. Good question, Mateo. Cool. Yeah, so I would recommend for sure getting Amazon if you guys want to. There's just so much margin to be made in that, and that doesn't help us out. Like, but it's just the truth. Amazon's probably the biggest player in the game right now, and it's how I make my money and how I made a shit ton of money on this. It's just through Amazon in general. eBay is great for getting started and learning the resale game and learning markets. It's hard to sell. Hunter, what's your favorite personal favorite sourcing method for Amazon FBA? I'm really into like the marketplace arbitrage, right? Because it's so easy to start and the margins are the best, and like there's just so much money on it. The downfall with this is if you don't do it correctly, you can get banned, right? So I talked about earlier was like you can't do any private label products. Like that's how I got flagged. I've gotten flagged 4 times now. 3 people said the product was used because Amazon. What happens with Amazon often is like you send out a new product. I do majority new. You send out a new product and somebody opens it up, sends it back to Amazon, and if the Amazon rep doesn't catch that and they send it back into the system, it's gonna get flagged as new. And then I got 1 inauthentic complaint because I sent it into a private label product. That was stupid. Even though the product is real, like marketplace, the receipts don't work, right? Receipts don't work. But this, like the opportunity here is just ridiculous. Second best, I would say, would probably be limited amount of cash, online arbitrage. But the same problems are going to happen with online arbitrage that you see with marketplace arbitrage. That's why I just like marketplace arbitrage a lot better. Unless you're buying from a big, like Fortune 500 companies like Target and these guys. But these guys are blocking a lot of online arbitrage now, so it's really hard to scale. And need a lot of cash out front. Next would probably be probably mixture like private label, depending on private label / wholesale. RA doesn't scale because you got to go to each thing, and there's so much competition now. It's not worth their time. And then I would probably even see like arbitrage is probably, and just baseline arbitrage is probably in between here. Find anything on the garage sale makes it easy to go. Mateo, what categories being a small seller is the best to start that will not be gated in? Good question, Mateo. Big brand name products that are massively sold. Like LiftMaster is a great one for people. I made a video a while back. Like people do LiftMaster only, and they're making like 3 to 10 grand a month. One guy did like 12 grand just on LiftMaster. So it's gonna depend, right? So how all the gated stuff on average goes from brand, and then category. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Whatever. Brand and categories is how like most items are blocked, right? So brand, if you want to do brand like LiftMaster. LiftMaster is ungated for the mass majority, if not everybody. This is why you can sell all the models, right? But let's say the brand Nintendo would probably be gated for everybody here. It's not gated for me, but it's because it's the volume I sold ungated me from a lot of these things. So like it makes so I can sell Nintendo, but for you guys, you probably will sell Nintendo. So the brand is gated, thus you cannot sell it, right? It's gonna go. Majority of things are gonna go by brand. Sometimes with category, you guys won't be able to sell like beauty and personal unless you start scaling up the other ones. You won't be able to sell beauty and personal, but you'll be able to see. Go to like add a product, and you'll be able to see the limitations on it. It'll say like limitations: can't sell beauty and personal care. Watch out for beauty and personal. I don't even touch that, to be honest. Don't do beauty and personal and marketplace arbitrage or OA unless it's from a big store like Target. This is like there's so many fakes and beauty and personal. Anything that's liquid or easy to replicate, I kind of stay away from. I go like my stuff I buy is like high end. Oh, sweet. One of my suppliers just hit me up. Boy, this product is dirty. Request. Tell my please. Sweet. So marketplace arbitrage. I don't do anything that's fakeable, easy. That's why I stay away from like beauty and personal care, like liquid beauty and personal care items. I stay away from. Same thing with like microchips or anything that's easy to like copy. Stay away from that kind of stuff. But it's gonna go based on brand. So how we scaled this out. This is why we built like the LaCroix tool allies. Again, you guys can use that. I don't care. You can do manual. It's up to you guys. Or you guys want to do other ways. More than happy. How we scaled this out is we went from brand. We would find all the brands, right? We found a hell of a lot of brands. This took us. We spent tens of thousands of dollars on virtual assistants. This is why we're using my co-founder Sid's guys. We were finding brand and then seeing if so it'd be brand. And then the question we would ask is, can we sell? And then yes/no. If it was yes, then we would get all the models of that brand, right? And then we would search all search all models on eBay/marketplaces. Cool. So this is how we scaled out, because this kind of gets away. It gets like there's like the worst. Like I hear this all the time, and it's a fallacy. They're like, oh, I'm gated on everything, right? That's not true. And there's a couple ways to get around gated stuff too, like those bows. Let's say you find those bows, you're like, dang, these are good products. Like you can go and get it. You can just get, this works for anybody. You can get an invoice from a distributor. Oh my God, my spelling. You can get an invoice from a distributor. All you need to buy 10 products of that brand, and then you can get ungated from it. So there's no that Bose model that you're talking. I showed that would make like $750. Like you can get ungated from that. You just got to find a Bose distributor that's willing to sell you 10 products. Get an invoice from them. Send the invoice into Amazon and then get ungated from it. And this works across the board. We did this with, you guys can do this, but watch out. This is the only product I would say you need to watch out for, PetSafe. But it's a great hack too. These PetSafe's dirty how they do it. Watch out. They're going to get you voyeurs. So what's going to happen with a lot of these things across anything except for even private label? You're going to get like voyeurs, VOYRS, voyeurs. It's like a law firm that sends cease and desist orders. They're just full of shit either way. I've gotten hundreds of these. They haven't done anything. Only time they've done stuff is after for PetSafe. But PetSafe, I was pulling in like 20 grand a month profit on PetSafe. I'll kind of show you why. Let me see if I can see this. PetSafe 900. I was buying, these went down in price. I put this video out a while ago, and these are dropping in price because of it. But that's funny. Majority of these people are like, they found one of my videos. You can see this guy's definitely a eBay to Amazoner or an arbitrage person, because you can see their ratings. Same with this guy. Yeah, these people 100% they sell my videos. What I was doing with these ones is, you can even see is I was buying these cheap on eBay. Let me actually bring up that pet safe. I was buying these for $50 on eBay. Oh, they're still even cheap on eBay. So right here, you can see this selling for $59. And it's going for 100 and notify applicant lights 139, so $59. So you make a 95% return investment. So basically, you're gonna get hit with voyeurs complaints on this. Only get three voyeurs complaints before they actually do something. And what they're gonna do with this one is they're gonna say this is a stolen, quote unquote, stolen product. You can get out of it by sending Amazon your receipts on your eBay receipts. This is when eBay receipts work on. It was these ones. So like, oh my God, I was making so much dang money on these. So as you see, I'm restricted now, because they'll restrict you. Amazon will restrict you after you get that complaint, but your account won't get hits after you send those invoices in, or those eBay receipts in. But as you can see, I was selling about 60 of these. No, let me see how much of these are selling right now. Dang, these are moving fast. I was selling a bunch, like maybe 120, something like that. Between 60 and 120 of these. I was making $50 a pop. Let's see how much cash I was making profit. Say 120. Oops, 120 times it by 55. Yeah, 6 grand, just pure profit, right? I've probably been doing more than that, but we had all the trainers. You can do it with every trainer possible, and then you can just pick these up. These will be ungated for everybody, if you guys want to try it out. As you can see, these guys are definitely doing it as well, like the 100%. And another cool thing is you can actually see who these people are. So let me actually go into this, see if I know these people. Usually these guys will hit me up and like, hey, like, dang, row building. I have no idea who this is, but that's funny. Cool. That's a great way to do it. And you kind of see the power of eBay and Amazon arbitrage. So you make $56, and you can sell 700 of these bad boys a month. 706 of these bad boys a month. Yeah, so we can see these are all in Jungle Scout. We were selling all these, right? So there's 706. We had the buy box almost all the time. You're making about $50 a pop. 700 times that by 50. Yeah, so we were making about between 20 and 38 grand profit a month. So we're moving a lot of products. Cool. That's some cool stuff on this side. Again, you guys can copy this. Just watch out with the voyeurs. 2 or 3 of them max. 3 of them max, and then jump out of it. Don't go overboard, but you can buy them across the board, and you can really make some killer money quickly too. This is kind of my biggest hack. If anybody wants a quick little hack, is to do this. Again, watch out for the voyeur stuff. Nothing will happen because nothing happened to me on this. Again, they'll just hit you with they'll just get pissed and send you some cease and desists. That's the end with everything though. Do the items we send have to be prepped anyway? Good question, Mateo. Depends what you're sending in, right? If you're doing like a 2-pack, if you're selling a 2-pack that was you bought single, then you have to prep it, put it in a poly bag, get it going. I put stickers on everything. That's my prep, right? So basically I buy product, I put stickers on that product, and then send it out. Some people that do wholesale, that do like liquid items. Like for liquid items, I would polybag them. Other than that, I wouldn't polybag. If you're selling a used item, you want to put that in a box and then put the label on that box, and then put other stuff in that box, right? If you're gonna do used items is more prep, more margin than used items. They're like a shit ton of margin. I'll kind of show, even with these things, right? Yeah, but I have a buddy that's doing 700 plus 70,000 a month on just used video games. So you can see this is selling for 190, let's say $112 used, and you could literally buy this new and sell it used. That's kind of interesting part. Let's see if I can find anything used. Here you go, $112, and it's selling for $50. Not bad. Yeah, so like the margin here is pretty interesting. You can see kind of the difference on eBay. eBay's used prices are about 30. Let's say, okay, this is eBay. Let's say this is the new product price. This is the used product on Amazon, and this is used product on eBay. So used product on Amazon is about 70% of the actual value of the item, of the new item cost. eBay is about 30 to 40, right? 30 to 40. And this is because of 2 reasons. One, because of volume, right? Supply and demand. There's a lot of supply in used items. People go out garage selling and thrifting. It's a great way to pick up money. There's a lot of volume in terms of supply, less demand than Amazon is just different beast. So there's a bunch of margin. Again, there's even arbitrage in between arbitrages, right? Like, or even the same platform. So there's a bunch of arbitrage right here. This is a massive amount of arbitrage. See right now, like I was picking up like there's definitely a lot less. Like if I was doing new eBay to new Amazon, and this is like finding harder product, there's a lot less margin, just sells a bit faster. About 5 to 10% of overall sales will go to used, depending on the price, depending on the buy box. Yep. That's why like used stuff's pretty dang good. You can buy these new and sell them used if you wanted to. A lot less risk. You can still make money. Yeah, look, people started spiking up here. That is so freaking funny. Also on the KEEPA graph, you can see here, we call these blips. A blip is a fast sale. That means these are moving quickly. You can see this one is sold within a few hours, right? So within 12 hours, this thing sold. They put it on, they got hit the quote unquote storeroom floor, then it sold out. Same thing with this. Like this one moved pretty quick. This guy looks like he had bulk though. He had a bunch of units. This one's pretty good. This one sold within 2 days, right? So you can tell these are selling pretty quickly. So if it sells within 2 days, it sells about 15 to 20 a month. If you supplied 15 to 20 of these inside that, you can make some good cash. Mateo, do you have any items do the items we send have to be, no, you're kind of, if somehow I did not send the item to Amazon to their standard, what happens? Do they send it back to me? Depends. Sometimes they won't catch it. And it'll just go straight to the two things. Yes and no. If they don't catch it, it's going to go into their storeroom floor and then it's going to be shipped out, right? If they do catch it, they will send it back to you and they will flag you on your account. Another one is like if you send in a box can't be over 50 pounds, and let's say you send it over to 51 pounds, they'll flag it and they'll be like, oh, if you do this again, Amazon might ban you. There's all like they're gonna say there might ban you on almost everything. So they're gonna be like, okay, like this is wrong. They're gonna send it back or like say it's damaged or something along those lines, or it's just gonna go in circulation and then it can get flagged by your customer. Those are probably the two ways. You want to make sure it's done correctly. But if it's not done correctly, don't like. I know this kind of like struck me when I first did it. It's like don't be so perfectionist, right? Especially getting started. Try it. You're not gonna get banned. Nothing's gonna happen to your account. You should be good. You should be good. Don't know with Amazon though. But like just try it, right? As long as the product is authentic and you're not selling a private label product on a private label thing, you're gonna be fine. That's the thing. Like, and if they do send it back to you, it's 25 cents to get stuff sent back to you, so it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Cool. That's about it for today. I'll probably go over Amazon next week as well. We'll kind of dive deeper into it. So we kind of went over some like surface level stuff. Any questions, guys? If not, thanks for jumping on the call. Yep, 100%, guys. 100p. You guys have a great rest of your week, and it's only Tuesday, but have a great rest of your week and weekend. And I might actually go thrifting. Hunter, maybe one of these weeks, let's go garage selling out in Arizona. It should be fun.
You know, I was actually meaning to reach out to you. I'm wondering if you want to grab some lunch and kind of do some brainstorming.
Yeah, for sure, man.
They're
For
available.
sure. Let's get together offline, and we'll think about like next week. Probably is the best time.
Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan. We'll schedule it. My treat.
That's good, man. It sounds good, guys.
All right, guys.